Hi, it's Amy from Vegas, and I'm here today bringing you your workout for the day. So for your warm-up, you guys are going to set up an obstacle course. I've attached an obstacle course and put some directions on there that in the corners of the obstacle course, you guys have numbered cones, and you can have station cards on those cones. And then what you'll do at each of those cones that are numbered, each time the girls go through, they're going to do 5 repetitions of a movement that's written on there. So pretty self-explanatory. I've got the movements on the workout that they can do. So the first time through, they'll do 5 of the same movement at each cone. The second time through, they'll do a second movement, 5 at each cone, and then just run that course and make that go for about 10 to 15 minutes. So that will be the warm-up. For the first round, it's group led. They're going to need a kettlebell and some dumbbells, and we're focusing on one-sided movements and holds. So they'll be doing 30 seconds of a movement, 30 seconds of a hold, 30 seconds of another movement, and 30 seconds rest, repeating through that round. So the first thing they're going to be doing is right arm kettlebell or dumbbell swings. So they've got the weight, either a dumbbell or a kettlebell, in their right hand. They're going to be using their left arm for some counterbalance, and they're going to swing that weight just like they would a kettlebell to eye level or handbag dumbbell to eye level, but using that other arm for balance. So keeping that same good form as they would use if they were doing a kettlebell swing. The next thing they'll be doing is a goblet squat hold. So they've got that weight at their front rack position, so that's resting on their sternum and their clavicle, keeping that chest up, elbows up, squatting down, holding that position, 30 seconds. Then they're going to switch to 30 seconds on the left side, doing that one arm swing, really using those hips. The next move they'll be doing is a right leg curtsy lunge pulse. So they're gonna have that weight again in their front rack position. They're going to step back with their right leg into that curtsy position, so they're crossing over their body into that low lunge position, and they're going to pulse, trying to keep that chest up. Then they'll do 30 seconds of an overhead calf raise hold. So they've got that weight, elbows by their ears, up overhead, arms locked out, standing up onto those toes, squeezing everything, holding, keeping engaged. So from this side, I'm up on my toes, my arms are up over my head, and I'm squeezing everything. Then they'll go to that curtsy lunge on that left side, pulse, getting down as low as they can, 30 seconds of rest. 30 seconds of an overhead lunge in place, alternating legs. So again, really important to keep those arms locked out with that overhead lunge. They don't want to have their arms bent and have that weight come crashing down on their head. But keeping those arms locked out so they're working those shoulders at the same time. They're doing that overhead alternating lunge. So a big lunge, step forward and stepping back, alternating sides. For their hold, they're going to be doing a squat, hold, and twist. So I'm squatting down and I'm twisting, working those obliques and working those legs. Alternating overhead lunge again for 30 seconds, and then 30 seconds of rest. Next movement, they'll be doing a Russian twist with a kettlebell or a dumbbell. And in this Russian twist, they're not just twisting side to side with that weight, but they're actually picking it up and putting it down. So they're getting that full range of motion twist. So most girls are not going to be able to have their feet elevated, but they can have their legs on the ground. Make sure they keep those legs untwisted. A lot of times I see them twist their legs together, but that doesn't help them engage those inner thigh muscles. So they need to think about squeezing a piece of paper or a ball, imaginary ball, between their legs and really working that twist side to side, keeping that whole lower abdomen and inner thighs engaged. They'll do 30-second kettlebell crunch hold. So they've got that weight, that dumbbell or that kettlebell at their chest. They're up in that crunch hold, holding those abs nice and tight. And then they'll go back to that Russian twist with the kettlebell for 30 seconds of rest. Next, they'll be doing a kettlebell sit-up. So they've got that kettlebell or dumbbell on their chest, sitting down and sitting up. Again, for balance level, they can do this unweighted. Then they'll do a hip bridge hold, weight on their hips, lifting those hips up and holding, squeezing for 30 seconds, focusing on keeping those knees together. Going back to that kettlebell sit-up, forward sit-up, and then 30 seconds of rest. Next, we're going to go back to our unilateral sided movements. They're going to do a 30-second right leg sprinter start touchdown. So they'll be in that sprinter start position, right leg back. So they're going to be here, touching down, picking up that weight and standing up, touching down, standing up, touching down, standing up. Then they'll do good morning hold. So they'll put that weight on their back. Actually, let's have them keep it on their chest. That'll be a little bit easier. They're gonna do that nice good morning position where they're sending that booty back. Legs aren't locked out, but they are fairly straight, sending that booty back just as far as they can go until they start to round their back, and they're holding there, keeping those spinal erector muscles on their back engaged, shoulder blades squeezed together. A lot of good mornings I see this, and it's really, if their hamstrings are so tight that this is as far as they can go till they start rounding their back, then that's where they hold that good morning pose. So right there, going to the left side sprinter start touchdown. So they'll have that weight down on the ground. They can also do this unweighted. They're in that sprinter start. They come up, they touch down, they come up, they touch down for 30 seconds, and then 30 seconds of rest. Lastly, they're going to do that right side oblique bend. So they'll have their kettlebell or their dumbbell in their right hand. They're bending to that side and then coming up, bending to that side and coming up. So really working those obliques, keeping everything nice and tight. 30 seconds of a straight arm squat hold. So they're in that squat position, holding that weight out in front of them with those straight arms. Then they'll go to that left side oblique bend, weight in left hand, bending down, coming up, really working those oblique muscles. This is a great little strength move here. And then 30 seconds of rest. So that ends our round 1 for the workout. Okay, for round 2, we're going back to an agility and cone course. So you're gonna have 2 lines set up, at least one you'll have set up with agility ladders and the other you'll have set up with cones. For the first line, they're gonna do side shuffle in and out of the cones. So they'll be weaving in and out of the cones in that low side shuffle. Have them weave in and out of the cones. I like to do about 10 meters just to give them some length to do that. So they're gonna side shuffle down, and then coming back, they're gonna do 2 line runs, okay? Back to the start. Then they're going to go through the second line, which are fast feet. So they'll be going fast feet down through that ladder. When they're coming back, they're gonna do a burpee broad jump. So they'll go down 10 meters with those fast feet through the agility ladders. Then they're gonna do a burpee broad jump. So they'll do their burpee, they'll come up, and then when they do their jump for their burpee, they're gonna have those big wide feet, use their arms to make that big broad jump, soft landing, knees bent. Do that all the way back to the start. Then they'll go back to the cones. They're gonna do side shuffle in and out the opposite direction. So they're side shuffling the opposite direction that they went. Like if they started with their lead leg on the right side the first time, they're gonna have their lead leg on the second leg, the second time for their left. And then when they're coming back, they're gonna do a walking lunge. So I like them to make sure they keep those chests up big and tall. Walking lunge back to the start. Fourth line will be back to the ladders. They're gonna do a 2-foot hop through the ladder. So they're just gonna be hopping fast with both feet together through those ladders when they come back. We have those furniture sliders at our location, so we're gonna have them have their hands on the ground in that position. They're pushing those sliders forward, really working those hamstrings. If you don't have sliders or sleds to push, you could do bear crawl back. And then they're just gonna keep going through that for 15 minutes, just kind of as an agility course. All right, for round 3, we're gonna do some booty band work. We have these awesome little bands. I got these Synergy bands. I got them on Amazon. I got a 10-pack and it was like $20. But these are really awesome for activation drills and for working auxiliary muscles. So I suggest that you look into getting some of these. If you don't have these, you can use pull-up bands and you can double them. Those work as well, but you need kind of a smaller pull-up band to do that or they're too strong. So for the first workout, they're gonna be doing 3 sets of 10 reps per leg per exercise. So they're going to do single leg butt pumpers. So they're gonna put this band around their ankles. They may wanna hold on to the wall for some stability, but they're gonna pump each leg back 10 times, okay? 3 sets of each. Next, they're gonna do a hip bridge march. So I'm going to be down on the ground. I'm gonna have that band around my legs, and I'm gonna raise up into that hip bridge, and I'm gonna march, lifting that leg up, up, marching, okay? 10 each leg, 3 sets. Hip bridge clamshell. So I'm gonna put this kind of by my knees. I'm gonna lift my knees up into that hip bridge, feet are closed. I'm opening those legs, squeezing with my outer glutes, and then coming in. I'm not collapsing in when I come in, but I'm always keeping some tension on that band so that they're staying activated the whole time. Lifting those hips nice and high. In and out hops. So keeping that band around my legs, I'm hopping in and out, doing basically our in and out hops with Kaya, but we've got some tension on our legs with that band. So those 3 sets of 10 monster walks. Bands are around our ankles on those monster walks. I've got tension in that band. My toes are pointed slightly inward. And I'm going to go 10 forward each leg, and then I'm gonna go 10 backward each leg. Squat hold knee dips. So I've got my knees in that squat, a little bit higher on my knees, squat holding, and I'm just dipping that knee in and pushing it out. Dipping that knee in, pushing it out. So I'm really working the outer glute muscle, and then alternating leg step out. So now it's on my leg, I'm stepping out and stepping in, stepping out, stepping in, 10 times each leg, 3 sets. Again, if you don't have bands at your location, you could run them through the Jane Fonda series instead of doing these booty bands, but these are really great and effective and fun. The girls like them, it's just something different to do. So anyway, that is the workout. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me or comment. Thanks.